Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? What's happening? It's your friend, it's your man in 100 grand, your mama's favorite side piece, and your sister's boyfriend. It's your boy Doc G. And yeah, man, just been a hell of a week, man. Just wanted to talk about interracial dating. You know, um, real shit. As you can see, I'm a black and all of that shit goes. You guys already know the deal with me as far as, women I've dated. I've dated women from every single race. Like for real, every single race. I've dated, red dot Indian, feather Indian, white American, white European, black American, black African, dated a Persian woman, dated women from all across South America, from Colombia, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Argentina, Brazil, um, you know, all kinds of shit. So I have a pretty broad spectrum of women who I've dated, outside of my race of being, a black American man or whatever. And to be honest, it leaves me with a unique perspective on things. Like I'm really all about the spirit, all about the soul of a person, all about their actions and what type of decorum they have and all of that, you know. And I truly hate to say this about my group of women. I really hate to say this because I've been wanting. Before I even say what I'm about to say, I just want to say this. I have always wanted to root for the black woman. I mean, I've always my fucking heart always lied with my group of women. I've tried my best to love the black woman. I've tried my best to, stay exclusive to the black woman. But like I've said before in a few videos, the black woman does not love the black man. As a matter of fact, I venture to say most of them hate black men. You know, I said it a million times. They are the only group of women on earth in mass as a whole to say out loud and proudly how they don't need their own men. And then they wonder why they are in the situation that they're in today. You know, they wonder why no group of men is as a whole want to fuck with them like that. And I really hate saying this. I really don't want to say this, but god damn it if it's not the fucking truth. I mean, geez, man. It's like, how many times do I have to fucking sit here and put up with the insults and the fucked up masculine behavior and the goddamn attitudes? How much am I supposed? It's like the factory setting for most sisters is fake hair, other babies by other men, goddamn, and a loud mouth. That's like the factory setting for most black women in this country. That's like the factory setting for most of them. Even the ones that are supposed to be beautiful aren't really beautiful. They look like trannies and shit because they got so much fake hair and fake shit on. And and then on top of that, the masculine ass hood attitude, like the sisters who like to call dudes bro and all that. I'm like, I'm not your bro. I'm like, if I'm your man, you don't refer to me as bro or none of those masculine fucking terms. And stuff like this is one of the many reasons why I had to venture outside of my group of women to find love. And now I'm not saying that every shade of woman outside of me is better. Please believe I'm not saying that. But I'm just gonna give you. But I just have less of a problem, is what I'm saying. Now I'm not, because now I know it's some women of other races that's on that bullshit. Please believe. But from my experience throughout life, like I've had more problems from my own than I've had from others. I really hate saying this, So and keep in mind, this weekend, I spent a week. I spent a week dating this basically in honeymoon phase, dating this girl I used to know from back in the day. She's she's a Spanish chick. Like she's from Spain, and I've known her for over a decade. And she, Spanish woman. So keep in mind, when she came over here, she flew to Miami to see me. And I spent a week with her. And we real shit, the way that she was as a person was totally different from how most American women are. Like I spent a week with her. She wanted to cook for me. We drove down to Key West together. We spent a couple days in Key West. Goddamn, did the thing in South Beach and Little Havana. I mean, we went out and did the damn thing at Fort Lauderdale, the Hard Rock Casino, and went to a couple of speakeasies like the 1920s, dressed up in the whole nine. Now keep in mind, you know, I gave her this type of treatment because she gave me king treatment. Not once did she have to come out of her mouth and say, well, a man needs to be this and a man needs to be that. A man needs to pay for everything. A man needs to, all that shit that you hear nowadays. This woman, she wanted to cook for me. She wanted to pay her way a couple times. She was like, okay, you get this time, I get next time. And she wasn't digging in my pockets like a lot of these sisters are, you know, like a lot of these sisters, man. And it's crazy because the whole time that I was with her down here, the whole week I spent with her, we were out in public and, we were very happy together. And, of course, you showing public displays of affection and shit, holding hands, kissing the whole nine, all that. And of course, me being a big, tall, strong black man, goddamn, being out in public with, a 5'1" Hispanic woman that's feminine, that knows her place in this world, that knows proper disposition and how to act. Of course, me walking around with something like that, needless to say, we got a lot of dirty looks. We got a lot of dirty looks. And let me tell you who the main people who were the ones that were looking, and the main people who were, the main people who looked at us with disdain. Of course, naturally, naturally, black women were the first ones to stare at us. Like we were getting the worst stares. I was getting the worst stares in particular from black women. Because one night that she was here, we went out and we went out to the Hard Rock Casino and shit, and went out to some speakeasy. I was dressed to the nines. Had the Stacey Adams on, black and white suit on, and I was fly as hell, fresh haircut, the whole nine. She was dressed up to the nines, had that little ball gown on, titties sitting upright, hair done, looking beautiful. So me and her looking like $1,000,000. And we walking around the Hard Rock, just, doing our thing, on the, gambling a little bit, out there doing the damn thing, went to the rooftop lounge, had a couple drinks and shit. And I remember it was this one sister that literally saw me and her walking together, looking like a Hollywood couple, basically. And it was this one sister that just rolled her eyes and was staring so fucking hard at us. It was ridiculous. Then we was on the beach, and it was this group of sisters at the beach that was staring a hole at her. You know, like it was a group of sisters. It was like 5 of them. Of course, all of them five sisters by themselves alone that was staring a hole at her, and of course you could hear them talking shit from a distance. Cause we was on the beach. It wasn't you could hear that shit easily. And then we went to this other place. We went to this dope taco spot out in Davie, you know, like and it was this group of sisters that was sitting at a table alone at the taco spot. It was like 3 of them, and they were by themselves. And of course, me and the girl I was with, the Spanish chick I was with, of course, we was in the taco spot. We was having our tacos, minding our business, and we were getting death stares from the sisters at the taco spot. You know, like they was staring a hole through her, and they was staring a hole through me, and all we was just doing was minding our business. Having tacos and tequila and shit. Now, I just really don't fucking understand why the same group of women who say they don't need me, the same group of women who say that I ain't shit, the same group of women who basically dismiss brothers left and right, why are we getting these death stares from this group of women? And they're the group of women who say that they don't want me in the first place. Somebody please make that shit make sense. Why are you staring a hole through me and staring a hole through the woman I was with? And y'all can't treat me right in the first place. Cause let me tell you something, man. I'm, chilling with old girl for a week. Let me tell you something. That's the best I ever felt with a woman my entire life. I know I've been doing a lot of dating diary videos, but that woman who I was chilling with for the entire week, from Spain, like real shit. Cause keep in mind, we got a history together. I known her for 10 years and shit. She known me. She's always been a class act about her shit. She ain't never walked around not once with weave in her head. Not once has she walked around with a bonnet on her fucking head or a fucking nose ring. And that's another thing. When she flew over here, to Miami to see me, she had a lot of questions about the American women walking around. She literally asked me in her little cute Spanish accent. She was like, why do the women walk around in pajamas? I'm like, baby, I don't know. I live here. I'm a part of this culture, and I don't know why they walk around in pajamas. And she was real curious about this shit. She was like, why do they all have nose rings, and why do they act so aggressive? Because keep in mind, she had to get customer service from a couple of sisters out here when we went out, and they would treat her with all kinds of disrespect. And she was like, why are they so aggressive? Why are they so mean? Why do they walk around with pajamas in public? And I literally had to tell her that I had to tell her the truth. I had to tell her that women nowadays don't really care about their appearance, and they don't care about their looks, especially my group of women. Because we was walking around the Hard Rock Casino, and you had sisters walking around there with bonnets on in the casino. Now you walking around in the casino, you supposed to be dressed up to the nines and shit, looking good. You had this group, it was like 3 sisters walking around the casino with bonnets on and shit. trying to look in the art gallery and shit and trying to get drinks and shit at the bar where everybody's looking all nice and decent except these three black women. The black women who I'm supposed to fucking put up on a high pedestal, but they can't even motherfucking walk out the house decent. To be honest, man, I get tired of the death stares by these motherfucking women. You know, like get your shit together, sisters. Get your shit together because ain't no group of men fucking with you at all because you carry yourselves like you just don't care, you know? And no man of no race wants that. So black women was the first demographic to stare us down a lot. You want me to tell you who the second demographic was as far as the people that stared us down the most? Old white men. Middle-aged to old white men were staring us down a lot. Especially when we were in Key West. Cause they hate to see that I got one of their white women from Spain, because Spain is Europe, so yeah, she's still white. You know, they mad they see a brother like me pull a chick like her, and of course, you got the old white men that fucking try to stare a hole at a motherfucker like they're gonna fucking intimidate me or some shit. I think it's hilarious because man, I ain't seen an old white man to scare me yet. I ain't seen a man, period, that scared me yet. I'm sorry. They bleed just like me. So I'm like, you can keep your ice grill, partner, because, real shit. If you feeling froggy, motherfucker, then jump. I guarantee you that's a fight you won't win. So anyway, man, real talk, had a whole bunch of old white dudes staring a hole at me and shit. Cause I got one of their women or whatever. But they stare all damn day, but they ain't got the guts to goddamn do shit about it. Real talk, I had the same problem when I was in Poland and I was dating a fine blonde Polish chick that had the perfect body, was walking around Poland with her. I was getting death stares from motherfucking dudes in Poland, white dudes in Poland. And keep in mind, this girl was fine. This girl named Helen, Helena. That's how you pronounce her name. Motherfucker had old white dudes motherfucking staring a hole at me then. And I was like, you know what? If people just fucking minded their business and lived their own lives, they wouldn't have to feel so inadequate about themselves where they have to fucking stare at other people. I'm like, look here. I'm going to find my happiness. I don't give a fuck what race it's with. Because my whole entire life, I've been pigeonholing myself to Black American women. Because, oh, that's my type. I mean, that's who I come from and all that. Like I said, I've always wanted to hold sisters to a high regard. I always wanted to hold sisters to a high standard. I always wanted to see sisters as the queens that they proclaim to be. I always wanted to see them as that, but they don't even truly see themselves as that because they're so busy being entrenched in this debaucherous culture that they fucking put out here. The culture of twerking and showing your ass and goddamn acting masculine and goddamn literally begging dudes for money and shaming them when they don't give it to you. Of the culture of I don't bring shit to the table and all that. I get tired of that. So yeah, am I gonna go out? Am I gonna search other cultures, other races of women, all that shit? You goddamn right I am. And you can keep your death stares because I really don't give a fuck. I tell you who else was goddamn staring pretty hard. Middle-aged white women, Karens. They were the ones, they was also staring hard. So here's my thing. Goddamn, don't don't be out here putting your head in other people's business if you ain't ready to goddamn confront them. Cause a lot of these motherfuckers are crazy, but they ain't stupid. You know, I'm like, yo, I mean, you can stare all you want, but if you want to goddamn confront a motherfucker, then please believe. What you gonna do? Say, well, I don't like the fact that you're with another race of woman. I don't care. You know, at the end of the day, your race of woman chose me. I don't have a problem pulling any race of woman on this earth because I can. This ain't the days of Emmett Till where motherfuckers is like, oh, well, well, we can pull, well, you can't have this race of woman. I'll put it like this. This is 2024, and a brother's strapped and a brother can protect himself. So you can stare holes all you fucking want to. Motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit about it. So I'm gonna have your woman regardless. And fuck how you feel about it, is all I'm saying. Anyway, I just had to address these fucking death stares and shit. Anyway, just had to goddamn let that off my chest. Once again, it's your friend, it's your man in 100 grand, Doc G, signing out. Peace.